All right, back in the field with the track stars. Ryan Righteous, Sean Tanner, DJ Jeremiah was good.
All right, for all things track stars, make sure you go to trackstarswithaz.com. Follow us on Instagram, like us on the Facebook page, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Now listen, you can go to the website. Here's a little secret. There might be a sale on Black Friday on the website. Shh. I didn't tell y'all that though. Sean won't let me say it just yet, but there might be a sale for you to hook up your family, your loved ones with that merch. So what?
Sean didn't know.
Messing up his liners.
We discussed it. I asked you, could I do this? And you said, yeah. You must have been distracted. You've been doing like a lot of multitasking lately. I get it. But yeah, make sure you go to trackstarswithaz.com. All right.
Real quick, before we get started, I have to say a big, big, big happy birthday to my sister, Camille.
Yeah, Millie Mill.
Yeah.
Today is her birthday. I don't think she's on. She's in Orlando having fun with my mom. Happy birthday, Camille. We love you. We thank you for everything she does. She does all the booking for our show. So everybody you see come on the show, they go through Camille. She sets them up, gets them right. Thank you, Camille, for everything you do for us. I love you. I love you. If you see her online somewhere, give her a big, big, big happy birthday. Show her so much love today. She is an awesome human being, and she keeps us on track, making sure that we don't forget about Jesus and everything we do. So thank you, Camille, for all of that. All right.
Yes.
DK, tell us a little bit about yourself, man. We're about to get into something real controversial, but I want to make sure people know who you are. So when you say something, they know who to blame.
Before they hate you.
Yeah, for sure. Long story short, man, I'm 23 years old. I'm from Detroit, Michigan. I've been rapping literally about a year, but the takeoff just kind of happened quick. I've been preaching since I was 19. That's really what I thought I was just going to end up doing. I never thought it'd be possible for me to to do both, be preaching and rapping and keep all my morals and, my vision the same, but God ended up working it out. And now I'm here.
Awesome, man. Awesome. So I'm so glad you're here with us, man, because I think you're the perfect person to help us through this. So I got an alert on my phone. I was talking to Rick yesterday, and we were talking about, just life stuff. And while I was talking to him, I saw Kyle Rittenhouse acquitted on all charges. I was like, oh, jeez, it's going to be fun tomorrow.
There we go.
So I just wanted y'all's reaction. I've seen mixed reactions. I see a lot of people say, yo, good. That's great news. I see a lot of people saying that's terrible news. So what do y'all think? I know what Ryan thinks already. Jeremiah, what do you think?
Don't go out of order.
No, give me the chance to mess this up, Sean, like y'all always do.
All right, Ryan,
give me the chance to mess it up.
Go ahead.
So like Shaq, you know the order 1, 2.
It's not 1, 2, 1.
Yeah. So I'll say this: there's not too many of us that can claim the whole self-defense and get away with it. I'll just put it at that. I say that's the first thing that bothers me. Man, I ask this question all the time, man. When there is civil unrest and there's racial issues, what are you going out there for, right? If you're on the opposing side of the argument, why are you there? Why can't you just be a heckler from social media in your house? Like, why are you there? And so when the prosecutors argued that he was going out looking for trouble, he had the weapon. It just doesn't make sense to me. I mean, the laws don't apply to all of us if you look a certain way, or you're from a certain area. And that to me is just is awful. It's awful. I mean, it just goes to show that we are still in a place where, I mean, it matters. It just matters, man. It matters who you are. It matters where you're from. It matters what your skin color looks like. It matters what your background was. It matters if you've ever been convicted or suspended from school. Like, it matters. Anything that you've done in your past can matter on your day of judgment, and a jury in front of your peers. And so to me, it's like, it's crazy. It's crazy. Like, I don't know. They said, I saw an article earlier this week that said because he was crying in the jury, that helped his case. like the crying, the sobbing. Like any attorney's gonna tell somebody to go cry. And if I'm in that situation, I'm crying too. But does that mean I'm so serious? Like my tears is real. My tears are real serious. First of all, I'm sitting here figuring out how I got into this place. How did I get myself into this situation? But I'm just, you know what? I put that on pause. That I heard the verdict. I was like, okay, this is messed up. But now I'm on this whole Ahmaud Arbery situation. He had the guys who were indicted. They had an all-white jury of their peers, and the judge even said, "Hey, this feels like it's racial bias, but I'll let it go. I'll let it slide." Those were his words. So I'm done.
Here's some things I think people gotta understand about the system of how stuff works. When you go to, if you ever been to jury duty, they're the two lawyers, defense lawyers, and the defense lawyer and the other lawyer are looking at it like, okay, who's gonna help me win my case, right? So I've seen this with my own eyes, because one time I was on trial for something that, yeah. But I remember one time, yeah.
Wait, I don't know about that.
Oh yeah, tell us that story.
You were on trial for what?
What's your social?
Okay, so what happened was I was picking up my sister from her job. This is like early 2000s, and I fell asleep behind the wheel because I was working overnight, and I hit this lady in the back in her car. And when I got out, but I didn't hit her like hard. It was like bumper to bumper traffic. So I bumped her, and she got out. We got out. We exchanged information. Blah blah blah. And then what ended up happening was she started saying like her neck got broken, and she tried to like come up, but it was crazy because like they was like we got her on video chasing squirrels or something. Like I don't know what y'all talking about, but
Jeremiah, I was in your wedding, man. I might be called for a character witness. I don't want to tell me this stuff before I commit.
I don't really know.
I didn't do that on purpose.
I committed. I was fully committed. Come on now.
But but what I'm saying is, when they're picking juries, they're picking it based off of who can help me win my case. So it's not like it's not fair. Why didn't go to black juries? Well, the defense and the offense. It's not offense. I'm the wrong thing.
Prosecution.
The defense and the prosecution.
Yes, they're looking at it like, okay, if we can get because they both go back and forth like, all right, jury number such. Thank you. Jury, and that's what they're doing. Like, and it is.
But in what world is that fair? So you only have a certain number of people that you can reject, right?
Yeah, it is. But at the same time, it's like, I mean, it's fair because you're trying to win your case. It doesn't look fair from the outside because it's like, yo, why you got a whole white jury? But how it works at times is, hey, okay, that young white girl, she may like rap music. No, we ain't gonna pick her. The defense, that older white man, he looks like he may not like black people. We gotta get rid of him. You know what I'm saying? That's just how it goes. Like, that's how, if you ever been to jury duty or if you ever been at a trial and you see how they deliberate about picking a jury, that's how it goes. So unfortunately, that's not a good thing for the Ahmaud Arbery case, because if you have an all white jury, it's like, oh, this is gonna be hard. But I think on that case though, I think one of the guys recently said he said it wasn't no self-defense. We basically just he said something, I'm paraphrasing. He said something where it was like, oh, they guilty. You know what I'm saying? So, but we don't know. That's the thing. Okay, Cal Wick, that's what they call him online, Cal Wick. I can see both sides of the story of this situation. I can see the side of where people are upset because it's like, yo, this kid was looking for trouble. You know what I'm saying? He did some foolish stuff and boom, and he killed some people, right? But then on the other side, I can see their story because on their side, they're saying, well, even though he was down there with a gun, he got hit with a skateboard. They was attacking him and all this other stuff. So he had to unload. So I understand both sides of the story. It's self-defense. But I think for us, what we're mad about is if this was a black kid, this won't happen. And that's what the problem we see with the justice system. It's like, for them, it's okay. You get mercy, you get grace, But for us, it's not that. For us, it's even with the terminology when they describe the case. If it was a black kid, his past, he was a killer. He used to sell drugs. He used to he did that like
Facebook
he did that
photo
like
of him
10 years ago. when he sell drugs, now he a legit citizen in you know what I'm saying? Versus for the white kid is like, yo, he's a nice kid. He's never done nothing like this. He mentally unstable. It's like they don't have the same situation, and that's in the media. So I understand both sides of the story. To me personally. All
right, DK, what you got?
Man, I'm gonna be honest. Like I'm gonna try to. I'm kind of controversial, so I'm gonna try to keep it calm on the podcast.
Nah, let's go all the way in, DK, all the way in.
All right, say less. Look, Ryan, you give me the go ahead, but but no, man,
you don't
this
curse.
stuff is just
everything else.
yeah, of course. Y'all know I keep clean. But no, all jokes aside, man, this stuff is really, I mean, it's just disgusting to me. And the reason being is because like this, when I heard, I was actually at my mom's house yesterday when I heard about the verdict, and it gave me the same feeling, like that sick to my stomach feeling of, I'm sure y'all remember when the Trayvon Martin case ended up, you know, when we found out, and I was in high school at the time. And that was my first realization of this is real. Like, this isn't just in the history books. Like, this is, not only is it real, but this might not change. And for me, it bothers me because I'm at an age where I'm 23 and living in Detroit or wherever, going to school in, you know, more mixed areas, you know, where it wasn't a lot of people like that looked like me. I experienced a lot of misjudgment, just a lot of mess just because of what I looked like. And like I said, I'm 23. So if I know for a fact, if I was to go out there, I'm 6'3", 240. If I was to go out there even without a gun and was just to get into a fight, this would have went totally different. And my tears wouldn't have mattered. Anything that I could have said on the stand would not have mattered. It wouldn't have mattered if I had a record or not. I was an upstanding citizen. I'm a Christian. That does not matter. They don't see that. And that's why, like I said, I tell people all the time, at the end of the day, I'm a minister before a rapper. So yes, I love everybody. I love all shades, X, Y, and Z. But at the end of the day, I can't sit back and act like I'm oblivious. And this is the last thing I'll say, because I know we got to keep it pushing, but it's like, if any of my fans are on here, they can attest to it. On social media, we've been getting a little bit of backlash or whatever, because in some of my music, I talk about killing demons. What's so crazy to me is that I've been getting backlash about talking about killing demons, but we have people out here that are actually killing our race, and there's nothing, they don't have nothing to say about that. Like, but I'm crossing the line talking about killing demons and spiritual warfare. But when somebody like y'all call him Kyle Wick, when somebody like him can just get off and y'all ain't got nothing to say about that, I'll find an issue. That's the problem.
Okay. I don't know. When I saw this, I that's what I expected. So I wasn't like, oh my gosh, you know. I was more so like oh snap, everybody's gonna be mad. But I wasn't like, that's what I thought was gonna happen. If you asked me yesterday before the verdict came out, I'd been like, yeah. What do you mean? The judge loves him. He has a whole community behind him, of course. I watched the full video of when this actually happened, and I can understand why there's two sides to it. I understand how they can claim self-defense, but I can also understand why the people around him can claim self-defense, right? So it's kind of a hard thing. To me, who needs to be in jail is his parents. I think just why was he even there in the first place? It's just a bad situation. Like, he shouldn't even have been there. So to me, that's kind of how I feel about that. But what I really felt, first thing I told my wife was, okay, all right, Kyle Rittenhouse, that's cool. That better not happen in the Aubrey case. That's gonna be a problem.
Oh yeah,
you hear me?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that's not even a problem.
You can mess this one up. Don't mess that one up. I promise you, that's gonna be a problem.
That's gonna be more than a problem.
They're gonna turn that town out.
Yeah.
Y'all hear me?
But the bad thing is, though, like y'all said, y'all kind of expected this. The bad part is, I don't even want to get my hopes up in my Aubrey case, honestly, just to raise my blood pressure off something that's most likely going to happen. So, like I said, the most we can do is just, pray about it and keep continuously raising awareness. But at the end of the day, our justice system is very messed up right now. It's very messed up.
I'll just say this, guys. Even before George Floyd and all of that, this is what made me mad. This Ahmaud Arbery case is what made me mad. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know how many times, like, I've been in so many unfinished houses in my life. So when I saw that they chased him down because he was in an unfinished house, and that they thought he was stealing, and they gonna confront him with guns, and then he tries to protect himself, and they kill him, and they trying to say, oh, we were afraid. Then go home. What are you doing there? Leave him alone. You can't. This is the whole same thing with Trayvon Martin. It's like, you can't cause the problem and then be like, I was protecting myself. You shouldn't have been there. Go home.
Yeah.
And if that works, man, oh my gosh. Like, hey, don't get this wrong. I'm telling you, George Floyd ain't got nothing in this. If this Ahmaud Arbery case don't go right, that's gonna be a problem.
Yeah.
Because that's
y'all
clear cut.
Y'all think they're gonna do this before the holidays? Like, release the verdict before the holidays?
Don't get it wrong.
I hope not.
I'm just telling you, don't get that one wrong.
I hope
shouldn't
not.
do that.
I don't care what none of y'all say. Don't get that wrong.
I hope not. You know, it's so here's my thing. Explain something to me, because I remember reading an article where I thought he was just looking into the home, like he hadn't actually gone into the unfinished house. He was just over there looking around. So okay, if he's not inside of it, even if he's inside of it, you know what I mean? Like, there's so many things wrong with this. I mean, we see video of them pulling the guns out and him running around the truck trying to get away from them with unarmed. So yeah, if this goes the wrong way, but you know what? I say the same thing. How many people ahead of our generation, right, felt the same way about Rodney King? Yeah. Right? Like, that was really, really messed up. It was on video. Every single one of them got acquitted. And I don't know. I think definitely the backlash this time might be worse because we're in the South. This happened in the South. I think it's going to be a whole lot worse.
This ain't just the South. This is Brunswick, Georgia. This is the South of the South. All right?
Yeah. And so I think what's going to happen is, so you know what? I kind of feel like at some point you got to do like what's best and what's the best interest of the whole, what's the best interest in the whole. I felt like I wasn't really surprised about the George Floyd verdict, because I was just like, if they don't convict, I think anybody, if you're one of the 12 jurors in a room and you don't convict, you're going to start off a war that you weren't ready for. And I think that's going to happen this time around too, especially with it being an all-white jury. If they don't convict, they're going to be handing their children's children a world of mess. Because it's not going to get.
The problem is this: at the end of the day, with the Ahmaud Arbery case, nobody has the right to ask you anything if that's not your house. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm in my neighborhood and I'm looking outside and I see a man coming into one of my neighbor's houses, if I'm bold enough, I can go out there and say, "Hey, how you doing, sir?" And you're like, "Yeah, hey." I'm saying, "How can I help you?" "Oh, I'm looking for such and such." You know what I'm saying? But if I'm very scared of somebody, I need to call the police. I don't need to approach them like I'm and that's why I'm saying, like, the difference between Ahmaud and this Kyle case is Ahmaud Arbery was like, he's literally running in the video, like he's jogging, and then he sees a house and unfinished house and start looking at and look through it. I've done that plenty of times when I'm somewhere, we walking downtown somewhere and I'll see a house unfinished. I mean, I ain't going inside, but I may look around it like,
I've been inside.
You know what I'm saying? I may look around, but at the same time,
I'm not going inside.
I think at the same time, nobody has the right, if they're not a security or police officer, to come up to you and act like they something like a citizen arrest. Like, that law needs to be gone. Like, that law, not even gonna say stand your ground, because I do believe in the Second Amendment to bear arms, but at the same time, it's just one of those things where it's like, you can't, a citizen's arrest? Who are you? That's Trayvon Martin all over again. You know what I mean? Like,
Sean, you do know that you going inside and the contractor or the police show up, you do know that's ending in you in cuffs, right?
I understand that. I mean, I wouldn't do it no more. Okay. I'm just saying I've been in houses, and so
please don't do
y'all.
It again.
But I was scared to go in my house. You know what I'm saying? I was scared to go in my house unfinished. So, hey, I don't care what he did. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't care what he did.
That doesn't matter.
What we
That
saw,
doesn't matter.
no excuse for that. You gotta go to jail,
It
bro.
doesn't matter.
All of y'all. You gotta go to jail.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay? So I don't want to hear nothing about that one. Y'all better get that one right. This one, I expected it, honestly. After all the news, the judge loved him. Like, come on, guys. We knew this was, what are we talking about here?
Well, but here's the thing, though. When I'm not trying to compare this to Dylan Roof, but the act of them taking him to Burger King after he just shot and killed 9 people in cold blood in a church, they're all black, and y'all take him to Burger King because he said he's hungry. That should have been an on-site kill. Weapon in hand, done. Anybody else? Any other skin color? Done. Weapon in hand, done.
We know that, though. That's the
no negotiations. No lay down the weapon. Done.
That's the thing. We know that. We know that. You can watch videos online of a dude, older white man with a knife
charging
the police, and they like, stop it,
please.
But if it's somebody else, is pow pow pow. You know what I mean? So it's just we know that. We know it. It's like, I don't know, like Sean said, why are we surprised by anything in the justice system of America? Does it get it right all the time?
People are confused. What does Kyle Rittenhouse have to do with race? He was a white kid, killed white people. The white people weren't even Black Lives Matter supporters. They were just rioters breaking up stuff. So what does this have to do with race? What it has to do with race is when we see this happen, there's in no way do we feel like this would have happened if it was us. Not a chance.
Oh,
that's why it has something to do with race. It's like, okay, we see what this is. They weren't worried about that kid. They weren't worried he was going to go to jail. We are worried every single time. That's the difference.
Let me ask you this question.
But then also it has something to do with protesters too. Because now if you go out to protest, somebody could come up and get off because you are, even if they looking like they're the aggressor, but you become the aggressor. You know what I'm saying? Like, because sometimes somebody can go protest against some Nazi skinheads and the police is in the middle. If a fight break out and one of those Nazis punch somebody and that person hits the floor or hits the ground and knocks them out cold or kills them, he can get off because he feels like that was a self-defense. You get what I'm saying?
How old was Kyle Rittenhouse? He was 17 when he shot 3 people with an AR-15 rifle, y'all. AR-15 rifle. A 17-year-old shouldn't even be in possession of firepower.
That's the wrong mentality, bro. Your daughter should know how to shoot guns now, bro. Honestly,
it's different if you know how to shoot a gun. But why are you 17 years old carrying it and going down to a riot anyway?
His daddy
that doesn't make
probably
sense to
gave him that gun at Christmas time and was like, "I'm gonna teach you how to shoot this gun." And him trying to be patriotic said, "Hey, let me go with my gun to scare these people."
I don't care about none of that. The parents needs to be in jail. Parents need to be in jail. He shouldn't have been by himself surrounded by people in the first place. This is dumb. If he's gonna be down there, should have been flanked by 2 other people responsible. Parents should be in jail. Go try them. Yeah. All right?
Yeah.
Anyway, let's get back into it. You in the field with the Trackstarz. Ryan Wright, Sean Tanner, DJ Jeremiah. Let's go.